Cheers guys to the next... Brilliant. Cheers guys to the next 5 months of unknown. If you saw the Instagram live that I did with the wonderful Hannah from UltraX the other day, you will know that the challenge is out there. Here's a little bit of an insight.
Of Sri Lanka. Situated off the southern tip of India, it is nicknamed the Pearl of the Indian Ocean. An island that boasts coastline, tea plantations, mountains, and 10,000-year-old rainforest. Few countries can rival its beauty and diversity. The island is unpredictable. 1 minute you have blistering heat, and the next, the rain is falling like nowhere else on Earth. In its first year, a select group of athletes and adventurers descended upon the island in the toughest of environments. This ultimate challenge pushes the mind, body, and spirit to limits you have never known. But if one succeeds here and finishes, they will remember it forever. This is UltraX Sri Lanka, a 250-kilometer, 5-day ultra marathon.
So that looks obviously unbelievable, exciting, terrifying, all the emotions. And I'm going to be honest, I had this whole grandiose idea of getting the video out there, making it really slick and this, that, and the other. And I was like, that's not what it's about. Like, this challenge is pretty raw and pretty simple and so far out of my comfort zone right now that I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how the training's going to go. I've got some incredible people around me to help. I've brought back in Luke, who's amazing, Almighty One on Instagram. Make sure you follow him. And also I've got a call today with a guy called Sammy who looks after Hannah and a lot of other ultra athletes. And hopefully I'm going to have a little bit more of an insight into what the periodization is going to be like, because this challenge is so huge and so far out of what I do. You know, I still love my bodybuilding. I still love my CrossFit training. But, you know, and this is leading to one of the questions I got asked about, you know, it's always why. Why the bloody hell would you want to do something like that? And I don't have the answer as simple as, oh, because I love running. You will notice that most people who do crazy things, they don't just say, oh, because I just love running. It's because what running offers them. You know, running has always been something for me that's been heavily attached to whatever protocol I've been focusing on training wise, but also as well it has that mental side of things. For me, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm in a good mood, I'm uncertain, I'm anxious, I'm anything, a run always centers me. It brings me back to like a 5 or 6 out of 10. And I've always just looked at it as that. I've never really taken it seriously to the point where I'm like, but can I really test myself with it? And the thing is, right, as we grow up, we get so used to priorities changing, the spontaneity kind of disappears a little bit with life, and it becomes about being in a rhythm all the time with things. And I'm not saying that's a bad place to be, but I've just realized more and more over the last couple of years through the other things that I've been working on and changing that a simple rhythm for me doesn't work. That makes me feel out of rhythm. I like to disrupt that flow and find out what I can do physically, what I can do mentally, and what I can do with both of those things combined. And training for so long for me has been plan, execute, thumbs up, happy days. And there's nothing wrong with that training, and I still love that style of training. I like putting myself in a position where I just go, I don't know how, I don't know how long, I don't know where to begin. Like that level of just exposure, I guess, exposing myself to the unknown is so exhilarating. It's a bit like a drug, and I feel like, you know, in a lot of areas of my life, I'm very, very set and sorted. You know, I have a fabulous wife. I adore her and she's so supportive. So I'm not in that realm of peacocking and trying to attract a mate. I've got my beautiful daughter that I've fitted lovely into this box of becoming a father, and I really enjoy that. And when you get to these positions, it's very easy in life to turn around and just relax. And there's not, and like I say, I'm not going to be apologetic about it, but I am going to say it doesn't matter. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I've just realized that that's not who I am. I want to inspire people to do more for themselves. And it's not a case of being horrifically selfish and getting rid of everyone in your life. I think it's just a case of what you realize in life is that it's about growth. You know, even the thing is like when people talk about training, oh, I'm going to put my light back on. Training, it's not all about training per se. It's about what you gain from training. You gain self-belief, confidence, a social status. You gain an aesthetic. So many different things that it adds to different areas of your life. And I think no matter how big or small the challenge is, you realize that you add so much to yourself as a person. It's all about growth. When Hannah messaged me a couple of months back and was like, how do you feel about doing another ultra? I was like, yeah, I did a 50. It was fun. What we were talking. Because ultra is essentially anything from 50 up, to be honest, or anything from more than a marathon up. And she's like, how about this? So basically times 5 over 5 consecutive days, which is absolutely, like, again, I'm not even trying to get my head into that realm because I don't know how to figure that out. There's a lot to do. And I just said to myself, you know, it's a bit like being like, yes, man. When challenges come in now and when opportunities come in, I get rid of 7. Everything's rated out of 10. And getting rid of a 7, I'm like, if it's a 8, 9 or 10, it's like, it's there, it's across the line. But if it's a 6, you're a bit like, nah. And as soon as this came in, I just instantly went, yes, and straight away murmured to myself, time to grow. That's what I believe personally, this journey of training and making it part of your day-to-day rhythm and part of your identity, I guess, is that it has to mean more than just a physique, and it has to mean more than just completing a simple goal. It has to offer you feedback. And I went to the tattooist the other day. This happened.
Probably one of the longest, hardest sessions you've had.
It's actually quite lovely. And there's a very specific reason, 2 reasons why I got it where I did and what it is. Because time to grow is something that it just comes to me when it gets dark, and it reminds me when I'm scared. Like as soon as I found out about this challenge, the first feeling was fear, because it was so far out of my comfort zone that I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to complete it. My ego was screaming at me to say no because it's a race and I'm not going to go and compete as a race. I want to complete it. But then also as well, the reason it's specifically on the inside of my left leg is because when I finish a really tough run or a really tough workout, I always sit in exactly the same way. And it is that I sit with that leg crossed across the front of me, and I'm already looking forward to day 2, day 3 of these 5 days. And I'm like, I'm gonna need to pull on certain things, and emotions run high. You're gonna see, I'm gonna take you all the way. I'm gonna take you through all my training, the highs, the lows, everything. I'm gonna be 100% open and honest about everything. It's not gonna be all rainbows and butterflies, trust me. It's gonna be a hard one. And I will have to film some really crap sessions for me, because normally it's always about the highs and the PBs, but there are gonna be sessions where I'm probably going to really question why I'm doing it, and I'm going to share honestly everything with you. But when it gets dark, when it gets really hard on those days, I've already visualized myself getting back from day 2, say you've done like a 47 and a 48k run over 2 days, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, why am I doing this? And you just get to see that little mantra on the inside of my leg, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can do this. For me, that's enough, you know. But I'm going to stop talking. I'm really, really excited to take you guys along. If you can support me in any way, genuinely just a couple of words of good luck, any wisdom that you can share, amazing. I will be pulling on all the potential energy I possibly can. And like I say, the training starts now. I'm going to be doing my bodybuilding, I'm going to be doing my CrossFit training, and I'm going to be doing the running. I'm not an ultra runner. This is the most important thing to remember. This is a huge physical challenge and a journey of growth, my next level of growth. And if I can inspire one person out of you lot to be a little bit more spontaneous with yourself and back yourself a little bit more, make a promise to yourself, no matter how big or small, and actually just follow it through and see it through. Trust me, that's where the power is. It's making a promise, seeing it through, and seeing the result at the end. If I can inspire at least one of you to do that, then amazing. No matter how old or young you are, if it really gets under your skin and it makes you feel a little bit scared, it makes you feel a little bit excited, it makes you feel a little bit exposed, go for it. Honestly, happy days. yeah, let's see what the winter holds. I'll see you in the next one. Look at that, and just as the curtain comes down, the light turns off. Brilliant.